Have you ever found yourself thinking, if only I had better luck, or the system is just rigged against people like me? It's a common feeling, blaming others, blaming the economy, or even blaming your past circumstances. And let me tell you, it's not your fault for thinking this way. It's human nature. But what if I told you that this mindset might be one of the biggest hurdles keeping you from breaking free? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'll share two incredible real-life stories, one from Singapore and one from the US, about people who overcame these very challenges. Their stories might just change how you see your own journey. Hi, and welcome back to Wealth for You. Today we're diving deep into the 5 major reasons why so many people remain stuck in financial struggles. But this isn't about pointing fingers, it's about understanding, taking control, and moving forward. So, grab a notebook, maybe a cup of coffee, and let's get started. Chapter 1. The secret to starting small and saving big. Saving money might feel like climbing a mountain, especially when it seems like there's nothing left after paying the bills. But here's the good news. Saving isn't about how much you earn. It's about the habits you build. Let's start simple. Can you set aside just $1 a day? At first glance, it might not seem like much, but that's $365 by the end of the year. It's more than just cash. It's proof that you can save. Once you've built the habit, you can take it further. Turn $1 into 5, then 10. Consider automating your savings so it happens without effort, or use apps that round up your purchases to save the spare change. But here's the key. Saving is also about mastering the art of delayed gratification. In today's world of instant gratification, it's tempting to spend now and worry later. Yet those who achieve financial freedom know how to pause and prioritize their future. Ask yourself, do I really need that coffee shop latte every morning? Or can I make one at home and save the difference? By delaying smaller pleasures today, you create space for larger rewards tomorrow. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent and patient. Every dollar saved is a step closer to your financial dreams, and you deserve that. What's one small change you can make today to practice delayed gratification and start saving? Chapter 2. Why setting financial goals changes everything. Imagine setting out on a road trip without knowing where you're going. You might enjoy the ride for a while, but eventually you'll feel lost. The same goes for money. Without financial goals, you're just wandering. Setting financial goals gives your money a mission. It transforms every dollar you earn into a step toward something bigger. A car, a home, an emergency fund, or even the freedom to retire early. Goals give you clarity, direction, and most importantly, purpose. Start by asking yourself, where do I want to be financially 1 year from now? 5 years? Maybe you want to save $5,000 for a vacation or build a safety net of 6 months' worth of expenses. Whatever your goal, write it down. Break it into smaller, actionable steps. For example, if your goal is to save $5,000 in a year, aim to save $417 each month, or about $14 a day. Here's a tip. Make your goals specific, measurable, and time-bound. Instead of saying, I want to save money, say, I want to save $10,000 for a down payment in 3 years. When your goals are clear, it's easier to track your progress and stay motivated. And don't forget to celebrate the small wins along the way. Reaching milestones keeps you inspired and reminds you that you're capable of achieving great things. What's one financial goal you've been dreaming about? And what's the first step you can take to make it a reality? Chapter 3. Why spending less than you earn is life-changing. Let's be honest. Living paycheck to paycheck feels like being stuck on a hamster wheel, and spending more than you earn? That's like running on that wheel backward. It's not just financially draining, it's emotionally exhausting too. In today's world of social media, the pressure to keep up is real. Every scroll shows shiny new gadgets, exotic vacations, and picture-perfect lifestyles. But here's a secret most won't tell you. Many of those picture-perfect lives are funded by credit cards and mountains of debt. By choosing to spend less than you earn, you're taking the first step toward financial freedom. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about prioritizing your future over fleeting moments of satisfaction. Start by tracking where your money is going. Is there a subscription you rarely use? A daily coffee run you can turn into a weekly treat? Redirecting those small expenses can make a huge difference. And don't forget to celebrate every dollar you save. It's a dollar closer to your dreams. Spending less than you earn isn't just about building savings. It's about building peace of mind. It's about knowing that you're not just surviving, you're thriving, one smart choice at a time. What's one small expense you can cut back on this week to start creating a financial cushion? Chapter 4. How to right-size your housing costs for financial freedom. Housing. It's the roof over your head, your sanctuary, your safe space. But let's face it, for many of us, it's also the biggest financial burden. If more than 30% of your income is going to rent or a mortgage, it's like carrying a weight that keeps you from moving forward financially. Here's the good news. Adjusting your housing costs doesn't mean giving up comfort or security. It's about making intentional choices that prioritize your financial well-being. Could you consider downsizing to a smaller home or apartment? Fewer square feet can mean fewer expenses, and less to clean too. What about sharing your space with a roommate or renting out a spare room? If you're open to adventure, relocating to a more affordable area could be a game changer. And remember, these adjustments aren't forever. They're stepping stones. By lowering your housing costs, you free up money to pay down debt, build an emergency fund, or invest in your future. Think of it this way. Every dollar saved on housing is a dollar you can use to build the life you've always wanted. Financial freedom starts with making tough, smart decisions, and you're more than capable of doing that. Is your housing expense helping you thrive, or is it holding you back? What's one step you could take today to right-size your living situation? Chapter 5. Escaping the debt trap for good. Let's address a habit that's among the most destructive to your financial health. Relying on debt to fund your lifestyle. Credit cards, buy now, pay later schemes, and personal loans might feel like lifelines, but in reality, they're traps. They create the illusion of affordability while quietly draining your financial future. Here's the hard truth. Debt keeps you stuck in a cycle where today's wants become tomorrow's burdens. High-interest payments mean you're paying extra just to own things you couldn't afford in the first place. But you can break free. Start by understanding your debt. Write it all down. Balances, interest rates, and minimum payments. From there, build a plan to pay it off. Whether it's the snowball method, tackling small debts first, or the avalanche method, focusing on high-interest debt. Most importantly, commit to living within your means. Save up for what you want instead of reaching for credit. The joy of owning something outright without the shadow of debt is unbeatable. Remember, being debt-free isn't just about finances, it's about peace of mind. Imagine a life where your paycheck isn't already spoken for. It's possible, and it starts with the small but powerful choice to step away from the debt trap. What's one step you can take today to reduce your reliance on debt? All right, now let's talk about hope. Here are 2 real-life stories to inspire you. Story 1. Sarah from Singapore. Sarah, a single mom working as a retail assistant, once struggled with overspending and living paycheck to paycheck. Every month, despite her best intentions, she found herself spending more than she earned. But Sarah was determined to change her financial habits. She decided to start small, focusing on controlling her spending instead of feeling overwhelmed by the larger goal of saving. She began by tracking every cent, understanding where her money was going. Sarah swapped expensive takeout for home-cooked meals, limited shopping sprees, and started looking for deals and discounts. Slowly but surely, her spending habits shifted. She also committed to saving 10% of her paycheck, splitting it between her CPF and a personal savings account. Her goal? To own a modest HDB flat without relying on debt. 10 years later, Sarah proudly owns her flat outright, has a healthy emergency fund, and continues to save for the future. Her journey wasn't about big sacrifices, but about staying disciplined and making small, consistent changes. Her secret? Patience, focus, and the belief that controlling spending today would secure a better tomorrow. Story 2. Mike from the U.S. Mike grew up in a tough, low-income neighborhood where debt seemed like a way of life. Working 2 jobs to stay afloat, he found himself sinking deeper into credit card debt due to frequent takeout meals and impulse buys. Stress and financial pressure made it easy to justify overspending, but one day, Mike hit a breaking point. He realized that his debt wasn't just holding him back financially, it was stealing his peace of mind. Determined to escape the cycle, Mike took action. He started by creating a detailed budget to track every penny. He identified areas to cut back, such as eating out and online shopping, and used the extra cash to tackle his smallest debts first. This gave him momentum, and he applied the snowball method, where he gradually paid off one debt after another. At the same time, Mike focused on increasing his income. He used free online resources to learn coding and gradually built his skills. Within a few years, Mike landed a job as a junior software engineer and worked his way up to a 6-figure salary. Today, he's debt-free and financially secure. Mike's advice? Don't let debt define you. Start small, stay consistent, and always look for ways to grow. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Mike's story shows that with discipline, strategy, and determination, overcoming debt and building a brighter future is possible, even when the odds seem stacked against you. These stories remind us that no matter where you begin, progress is possible with determination, smart habits, and a clear vision of your future. So, what's your first step toward transforming your financial life? Conclusion. If Sarah and Mike can do it, so can you. Yes, the journey to financial freedom takes time, but every small change you make today adds up to something big tomorrow. Start where you are, take that first step, and stay committed. What's one action you're taking today to improve your finances? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your plan. And hey, if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might need a little encouragement. Remember, you're not alone in this. We're all working towards a brighter financial future, together. Keep going, you've got this. See you in the next video.